Up for a challenge to stretch your brain this holiday? Well, try channeling your inner Sherlock Holmes to break the case. That is Mystery Manila. Pia Bonalos clues us in this morning. Hi again, Pia.
Phones and tablets down and do some actual fun bonding with a family and or with your friends. I am here at Mystery Manila, where you could be locked for an hour and get out of the room using only your wits. And lucky for us, we get first dibs on the Sinister Sensorium, which is opening just today. And with me to explain everything is Chuck Chang and Errol Magdato. Good morning, guys. Well, of course, this branch in Makati is like newly opened today, but you also have a branch in Libis. So how different are the rooms here in Makati from the ones that you have in Libis?
So we have totally different rooms here and in Makati and in the ones in Libis. So we have 3 games in the Libis branch, while we have totally 2 new games here in Makati.
Okay, and then can you tell me about the concept of the game? Because if you say that I'll be locked in a room for an hour with people, like, what do I expect? How do I get out of the room?
Okay, so for this room, the Sinister Sensorium, is a continuation of the Chain Chamber, the one we have in Libis, wherein a psychopath killer kidnap your group, and then he will ask you to play for an hour with your senses, how do you call that?
Like, taken out.
Taken out, thank you.
Okay, so how does that happen? Like, what senses would be taken out by this psychopath, like when I'm doing the game here in this room?
Okay, so sense of sight, hearing, and speaking.
And speaking. Okay, so let's go through it a little bit. So here is where the person, what sense would be taken off by the person who would be sitting in here in this room?
So this is for the mute person.
Okay.
So he needs to solve the clues without speaking and communicate to the other people in the room.
How do we assure that the person who's here would not be speaking at all?
So they will be using a face mask to ensure that the words will be lessened out.
Okay. And if, for example, this person here would actually utter some words, what will happen?
Okay, so they will be penalized for a few minutes, and then it will be added on their time.
Okay, so the person here who can't talk has to communicate with the other people in the room, and there would be another one who would be right here. And what's the challenge for the person who's here?
So this is for the blind person. So the blind person would need to solve the block puzzle by sliding things around without actually seeing so by just feeling the objects in the table.
And of course, that person should be coached by someone who can't speak and someone who can't hear for someone here. And what's the challenge naman for the person who can't hear?
So for the person who can't hear, so there's some pictures here, and then he needs to be able to hear something to be able to decipher the clue. So the other people should be able to coach him on what he can't hear.
Oh my gosh, so that's really, really challenging. And I understand this is like this is the launch, so no one has tried this room yet, and you have to get out of it in an hour. And aside from this one, there's another room just right beside us, and it is called Rebecca's room. Am I right?
Rebecca's room, yes.
What happens in Rebecca's room?
So your group will serve as a spirit quester. You were hired by the landlord to help at ease the soul inside Rebecca's room.
Okay, you just said you just said something very mysterious to me that freaks me out a little bit. Is that only for those who are not for the? Is it not for the faint of heart? Because I'm such a scaredy cat. I'm not sure I could survive a room like that.
Well, technically yes.
So I'd expect to be scared, like literally scared.
Well, it depends actually, and the people playing it. So the mood, it depends.
Okay.
There are scary elements, but then the room is completely safe. So it's just for entertainment and fun as well.
Thank you for assuring that the room is safe, because I wouldn't want to be talking to a spirit and then be locked for an hour. I wouldn't know what to do. But for those who are like scaredy cats like me, and then I'm there, I want to have fun with my friends, and then in the middle of the game, I realize, oh my gosh, I can't take it. How do I deal? Like, is there an option for me to bow out of the game?
Yeah, so at any point in the game you want to go out, so you can just tell the gamekeeper who's inside you the whole time. So they will unlock you and let you out of the room.
Okay, so at least there's that option. But where's the fun in that? I mean, you're inside the room already. What do you recommend? Like, how many people would be best for you to actually solve a mystery?
A group, actually you can play it minimum of 2, maximum of 5. Well, we suggest for maximum experience of the game, you go out with your friends, maximum of 5. And for this room, Sinister Sensorium, you go out 6.
Okay, so there will be more of you guys helping out each other, especially since one of your senses is like totally eliminated. How about age bracket? Is this friendly for kids, or do you have to be a certain age to play these games?
If you're a minor, you just need to play with an adult. So otherwise, anyone can play. We've had people from as young as 8 years old to 60 play our games.
2 weeks old.
2 weeks old.
A 2-week-old?
Someone brought a 2-week-old baby.
A baby. Okay, I'm not sure if I'd be too keen on bringing a baby because I might just get too frustrated and not be able to take care of the baby in the process. But sounds like a fun family bonding experience. Thank you so much, Ariel and Chuck. There you have it for those of you who are looking for a nice way to spend a weekend or even a weekday just to bond with your family and friends. You know where to go, only here at Mystery Manila. Back to you, Hillary.